Hey guys, and welcome to Riverhaven Collects. So today we've got something a bit different. Today we're actually looking at 6 figures. Now these are from the Star Wars The Black series. And yeah, they're all kind of just random figures that I've gotten over time. But I've also got 6 reasons why I do not collect these anymore. So let's get these guys out of their box and discuss those things.
Alright, so reason number 1, it's actually right up here. So $55 for just this one figure. I don't think I paid that much for it. I think I would have gotten it on special. At least I hope I didn't pay $55 for it. Because yeah, while the art on the side looks good, I think that the figure is lacking quite a bit. And as this is just a hobby and you know, there's actually other things I could be spending my money on, I'm always weighing up the things that I want to get, and just it being $55 for one figure, like, you know, that is quite a significant amount that you could be spending on something else. So potentially for 2 figures you could have paid $110. Now yeah, I think the store that I got it from was particularly overpriced where this came from, but again, I assume it was on special or I probably wouldn't have bought it. But yeah, that is a lot of money. Like, I usually compare what I'm spending to pop vinyls, so it's like, you know, you could have 2 pop vinyls, or this, you could have 4 pop vinyls, or 2 of these figures. Like, I'm always comparing it to pop vinyls because I think they are pretty overpriced as well, which is another thing that I don't collect anymore. But I'm always comparing it, and now that I kind of want to get into more anime figures that are more expensive, potentially for $110 you could actually have a very decent or 2 very decent anime figures. So yeah, always got to weigh it up. So reason number 2 is these are actually pretty hard to get. So I just wanted to comment on this one. This is actually one of the old boxes, and I do greatly prefer the newer boxes. And this is actually from The Force Unleashed, which is pretty cool. I recently just played through that. But anyway, back onto the topic. These are actually really hard to get here. For whatever reason, every time that I've been to the store to try and pick up one of these figures, they never have many in stock, nor do they ever have any of the ones that I actually want. I have never once been to the store and they actually had the ones that I want. And that's going to like several stores as well. So that's just another thing that is a huge inconvenience, as well as what I'm going to put on the screen now. The online side of the stores have actually started selling these randomly, and I used to be a part of like Facebook groups that were into collecting and selling these and buying them, and yeah, like they started selling these randomly. So they have 6 figures, and when you purchase however many you purchase, it'll all be random. And on those Facebook groups, I have seen people end up with 6 of the same figure, which is absolutely crazy to me. And I absolutely hate that somehow they're able to do that. Like, that is a huge inconvenience for any collector or anyone really. So yeah, I guess that is my second reason. And you know, I just want to be able to buy these figures and enjoy them, but to go to the stores, not have any there, and then the online be like this. While there are stores that do sell, you know, the proper figures, the ones that you want, usually they are at a higher price. So yeah, it's just another reason for me not to partake in buying these and collecting these anymore, unfortunately. So reason number 3. So this reason actually comes down to one group of people, and it's pretty disgusting and I absolutely hate it, but it is the aftermarket. And what I'm talking about here is people who want to buy these figures and then sell them for more than what they paid to make a profit off of these. And yeah, it is just really despicable. It's super annoying for anybody who actually wants to buy these figures. And I think that my reason too, the things that I said there, comes over to this. And this is probably why you can't buy the figures that you want just online, and as well as them not being in the store either. I believe this is the sole reason that every time I've been to the store, they've only had like these characters that nobody wants. And it is, yeah, just super unfortunate, super annoying, and it's a reason why I do not buy on the aftermarket whatsoever. I see the way too expensive prices that they want, and I know people are going to buy it, and that's why it keeps going, because you know, people want to be able to buy these to collect, want to be able to buy them for their kids, and yeah, it's really just ridiculous. Obviously there is no way you can solve this problem, but for me it's just another reason why I'm not collecting these anymore, and why I want to get out of collecting them, because yeah, the aftermarket is insane. And I'll put up some pictures here of just like some of the prices of these figures. It's just on eBay, and you can just see that yeah, they are out of control. To think that, you know, these figures in my eyes are already overpriced, and then people want to try and make a profit off of that. Yeah, I think I've made my point, so I won't continue to go on about it, but yeah, I absolutely hate it. And it's one of those things that we kind of have in anything that we're going to collect. There is always going to be people that want to make a profit on the aftermarket. And, you know, I think there's definitely better ways you can spend your money, and I'm talking about, this is to the people that are doing this. There's way easier ways to make money than buy up a bunch of these figures and try and sell them off the aftermarket. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that, but yeah, just it is really disappointing. So reason number 4, and I'm sure there are going to be some people who disagree with this, and by all means it's completely fine if your opinion is not the same as mine, but I must say it, and that is reason number 4. Star Wars itself has gone downhill. And what I'm talking about, of course, is the movies and the series. Really, ever since they released the sequels, we've seen a dramatic drop in most of the Star Wars things that have been coming out. And that's not to say everything has been terrible. Obviously, I'm unboxing The Mandalorian here. I really loved The Mandalorian. Season 1 and Season 2 were really, really good. But Season 3 was definitely a letdown. Like, for me, I can even see that the editing was, like, badly done on Season 3. And it really just turned into the Bo-Katan show. And it wasn't about The Mandalorian anymore. And, you know, there have been good shows. Andor was really good as well. I really enjoyed that. But the sequel movies were absolutely terrible. I think the first one was passable, but really, yeah, the other two, really bad. And Book of Boba Fett, terrible. Obi-Wan, terrible. I'm hoping that there is going to be some redemption with Ahsoka that I'm currently watching. That seems to be going alright at the moment. I think that it's a bit boring in parts. The battle scenes are alright, but yeah, I think it's a bit boring in parts, but I'm hoping that finally we can get a good, decent Star Wars show. And, you know, they are one of the biggest franchises in the world. It shouldn't be this hard to actually have good stories, good characters, and all of that. It really shouldn't be that hard. I don't know what is going on over there. But yeah, it needs to be better. And, you know, I can understand why people are like, you know, why do you care so much about this? Well, this is a franchise that has been running for, I think, 40 or 50 years now. And, you know, I grew up with this. And on top of that, when Mandalorian came out, for some unknown reason, my parents actually got really excited for it and wanted to watch it. And we, since then, have been watching all the Star Wars shows together. So, for me, you know, that has been really nice, having something to do together with my parents that we can all kind of enjoy. But, yeah, it is pretty hard to continue to watch these shows when they just haven't been that good. I think particularly Obi-Wan, we all really noticed that it was just absolutely terrible. It just anyway, I'll move on. But yeah, for me, you know, I've finally had something to watch with my parents, to get excited about, to talk about with them, and you know, I'm sure we'll find something else to do together, but it was really nice having something that I've enjoyed for so long to be able to share it with them and them enjoy it too. But now, yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's just going downhill, and it's a real shame. But yeah, you know, not being excited for the shows obviously does not excite me for these figures either, and I would still love to collect these, but I find it really hard when the shows have just been, and movies have just been, yeah, really lackluster. Alright, so reason number 5, and this also has to do with quality, but not the quality of the shows or the movies. This actually has to do with the quality of these figures themselves, and you can see this box is actually, like, yeah, got scratches all over it, which for a collector, not very good. But the other thing I want to talk about, not the boxes, is obviously the quality of the figures themselves. So yeah, this is something that's just, yeah, really annoyed me for a long time. Unfortunately, these figures just aren't that good in the quality department. While they have all the articulation that you could ask for this type of figure, though I will admit some do actually have less articulation than what they should. However, yeah, just the quality on these figures is just not there. You can see that this is quite a good looking figure. This is a carbonized stormtrooper, and he's got a nice chrome over him, and it would probably be nice if we saw the same chrome on Mando, but yeah, we don't see that. And yeah, it's pretty unfortunate, I think, because obviously with Star Wars being the biggest franchise, like I just mentioned, and having a lot of money behind it, I think they can definitely afford to put out good figures, and I definitely shouldn't have to buy like the Hot Toys figures that are like $500 to get good quality figures out of Star Wars. So yeah, you know, when we consider that these are like $40, $45, $50, $55 per figure, I expect the quality to be a lot better. And like I said earlier about weighing up prices, when I think about spending $100 on 2 of these figures, just that doesn't sit right with me. I would much rather, and you know, on this channel I mainly collect Spawn figures, I would much rather get a Spawn figure. These old Spawn figures have tremendous quality, and if you go back and look at any of the ones from, you know, 10-20 years ago, absolutely beautiful quality on them, and we are not seeing that in the new Spawn figures, and we're not seeing it in any other line that I'm aware of so far. And yeah, I think that in 2023, you know, asking $50 for these types of figures with the quality just not being there, like, these figures can't even stand up by themselves, and a stand is not included. Like, yeah, that's just really poor to me. Alright, to cap this all off, we are going to be unboxing the carbonized Darth Vader. So yeah, this is quite a nice figure. I mean, as nice as you know, all the negatives that I have said so far. But reason number 6, and I think this is probably the biggest reason for me, and this adds up to reason number 6. We can add all the other reasons into this last reason, and what it is for me is it's the kids that miss out, you know, with the aftermarket, the scalpers, with the prices of these, with the quality of these, the quality of the shows. For me, it feels like, you know, the kids are really missing out, and it's something that through all the generations, like, you know, my parents went to a drive-in theater to see the original Star Wars, and then when I was a kid, the prequels came out, so we've all got to enjoy it together. And I feel like with today's standards and everything going on, all the reasons I've listed, it's really the kids that kind of miss out. Like, going to the store and not being able to get your favorite figure, that wasn't even a problem for me when I was a kid, but today it seems like it is a problem. And, you know, maybe they want to order them online, and they only get random ones that the store selects for them. I think that all of these things really just, yeah, add up to, unfortunately, the kids missing out. And that's probably the worst part of all of this. Yeah, because it's something that, you know, we all know Star Wars, we all shared Star Wars up until this point, and I feel like the newer generation is really missing out on all aspects of the quality that Star Wars should be. Alright guys, well, that has been our look at something different, the Star Wars The Black Series, and my thoughts and reasons on why I'm not going to be collecting these anymore. If maybe you're a Black Series collector yourself and you found this video, please let me know your thoughts down in the comments, or anyone else for that matter. Let me know your thoughts on this series, on Star Wars as a whole. I'd love to chat with everybody down there. And if you've made it this far in the video, please hit the like button for me. I would absolutely appreciate that so much. And next time we are actually going to be unboxing some anime figures finally. I'll be doing my first anime haul next video. So if that sounds good to you, please hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next one.